Hello, and welcome back to Behind the Blade, the podcast where we break down fascinating and ever-evolving world of surgical technology. I'm your host, Sabrina Lira, and today we're diving deep into the high-tech world of robotic surgical instrumental. You received the sleek robotic arms in operating rooms or heard about the Da Vinci surgical system, right? Precision, less invasive procedures, quicker recovery, and is all revolutionary. But behind the shiny promise of robotic surgery lies a growing challenge that's costing hospitals millions every year. And no, it's not the robotic themselves. It's the instruments they use, and more importantly, the costs and complications of the repairing and maintaining them. So, if you're in sterile processing, biomedical techs, or healthcare management, this episode is especially for you. Let's set the stage. Robotic surgery has been exploding in the past decade. Systems like the Da Vinci and Mako are now common in hospitals worldwide. Surgeons use these tools to perform incredible, precise procedures from prostatectomy to gynecologic surgery, often with smaller incisions, less blood loss, and faster recovery for patients. Better, right? But here's what many people don't realize. Each robotic instrument, whether it is robotic graspers, monopolar scissors, or needle drivers, come with use limits. Some can be used 10 times before being automatically locked out by the system. Why? Safety, sterility, wear and tear. But that limit also creates a massive financial burden. Let's talk about numbers. Each robotic instrument can cost anywhere between $700 to $3,000. Multiply that by the number of instruments needed per case. Then multiply again for every 10 uses. Suddenly, hospitals are spending tens of thousands of dollars per month just to keep its robotic suits functional. And the challenge don't stop there. Here are some pointers. When instruments malfunction, and they do, you often just can't fix it in his house. Second pointer. Repairs must be done by EMO certified technicians, usually the manufacturers itself. 3. That means costly shipping, long turnaround times, and canceled surgeries. A lot of money down the drain. One hospital in Chicago reported losing $1,200 per day when a single robotic procedure has been postponed because of its instrument failure. And here's the kicker. Sometimes instruments are flagged by the system even if they appear perfectly function. Sounds very frustrating, isn't it? And it gets worse for sterile processing departments who are under pressure to handle these cases, tools, and extra care, even though training is limited. We're going to get into a topic. Why can't we just repair them ourselves? Here's where things get pretty interesting. Robotic instruments are like traditional surgical tools. They're complex with tiny sensors, microjoints, and smart chips embedded inside. And because of the proprietary technology, most of these hospitals legally barred from repairing or altering the instruments themselves. If you tamper with them, even for a small fix, it's voided the warranty. That leaves hospital depends on the manufacturers and the prices remain high. In other words, the car, but only the dealerships can only change the oil. and they charge 10 times the market rate. This monopoly on repairs is one of the most debated issues in the surgical robotic right now. Smarter than solutions. What can hospital do? Now that we understand the problem, let's talk about the solutions. Central repair partnerships. Some hospitals are partnering with third parties, certified repair centers. These companies specialize in robotic instruments and offer repairs at a fraction of the cost, while staying compliant with regulations. While it's controversial, it's becoming more accepted in larger hospital networks. 2. Predictive maintenance using AI. A few advanced health systems are using AI-powered monitoring tools that can detect early signs of wear even before failing occurs. Think of it like a check engine light for robotic tools. These systems help prevent unplanned downtime by identifying the potential issues during routine inspections. 3. Refurbishment and trade-in programs. Some vendors now offer trade-in credits for used instruments. Hospitals can spend back expired tools or receive refurbished ones, reducing the waste and costs. 4. Training SPDs, techs in robotic instrument cares. Finally, proper training is key. Robotic instruments need to be cleaned, inspected, and handled with precision. Hospitals that invest into specialized robotic instrument training for their sterile processing staff are seeing fewer repairs and longer instrument life. For example, a hospital in Texas reduced a robotic instrument replacement rate by 18% just by adding a 30-minute inspection protocol before and after each use. Incredible, right? Final thoughts and takeaways. So here's what we have learned today. Robotic surgery is a game changer, but instruments are highly expensive and fragile. Hospitals face real challenges with maintenance, repair, restriction, and finance strains. But the right strategies, from AI tools to partnerships and better staffing training, can reduce costs without sacrificing patients' care. If you're in the healthcare or studying sterile processing, now is your time to ask, how is my facility handling robotic instrumental? And what can they do to be better? Thank you for listening to Behind the Blade. If you learned something today, share this episode with a classmate or a colleague. For more resources, check out AMMI Journal, High Tech Insight Reports, or Da Vinci Reprocessing Guideline. And don't forget to subscribe for more surgical deep dives. Thank you for listening.